I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I
don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're not closing up on me.
Yo,
we good. I did already. I don't do dick sucking shit.
Put the microphone right down, right now, and going up. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
You just running your mouth.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
It's deeper than that.
That was like this.
Yeah.
He was holding the microphone like this, nigga. That's the honest to God on everything. Man, I knew that nigga wasn't gonna do nothing. That nigga was shaking like a stripper. He telling Darlene, hey, move over there. Let me get next to this nigga. Man, that's for the internet. So it's either you go or you do something about it. I'm not a tough guy. So I left. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna troll you the whole show.
This is what I was saying. Anton knew what he was doing the entire time. Didn't I say all this?
That was rude.
He was rude first. I just went to hell with it.
Moments after the almost fist fight between Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb, Anton took to one of his many channels. He's got a group live stream channel by the name of Room 9, where folks get up there and just talk about random situations. And Anton, who was still in LA at this time, you can see he's in his hotel room, wanted to let everybody know his thoughts in regards to the situation. So I want to be able to go in as we continue to analyze the dynamic between the two brothers to provide insight. Let's go.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No.
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're not closing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do dick
Put
sucking
the
shit.
microphone right down, right now, and going up. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
You just running your mouth.
Okay, here we go. All right, now Anton. Let me move this out the screen right here.
How do I? Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you what was this right here, but before I get into you, Anton, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the perception of it. All right.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Okay. So the perception of it from a man point of view, this is two men having passionate conversations. This is one man thinking that he's harder than the other, and the other man proving that he's not. And then they right here.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
It's deeper than that.
That nigga was like this.
Yeah.
He was holding the microphone like this, nigga. That's the honest to God on everything. That nigga was shaking like a stripper, bro.
Just because you are shaking like that don't mean that no action is about to happen. And in fact, that's probably an adrenaline response. And I think it's actually a healthy response to a degree, because it is your body preparing you for the battle that may ensue. Now, that adrenaline response will make you go back into your monkey brain, right? And to be tunnel vision into a target in front of you. So sometimes your best decisions are not being made when you are encountering or experiencing a high adrenaline response. But that shake, generally, that don't mean nothing. I just want to let y'all, as well as Anton, know that.
That nigga was shaking like a stripper.
Just to be partial, that's usually how I act before I hit somebody.
Yeah,
but I see.
Listen.
That's my point.
I'm not gonna I get real fidgety, like what the fuck am I about to do?
Yeah.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Okay.
That tough shit. This is what I was taught as I was growing up.
Okay.
You never imply that that's what you're gonna do and don't do it. You never imply that that's what you're gonna do and you don't do it.
When I pull, I always pop. That's why I'm living today.
I'm keeping it 100.
Yeah, no, that's 100.
You
but
don't ever try to insinuate that that's what you. Nigga, don't switch seats or like it, because.
No,
go ahead.
No, you right, bro. I'm telling you the perception of it.
Oh yeah, I'm with it.
In that moment when I seen it, I say that's Corey trying to check Anton's temperature. Because when you got up with him, hey, we can go outside. All right, let's keep the conversation. I ain't gonna win it this way. So let's take the violence off the table. You had to do that because a nigga like Corey from Chicago was gonna test you in that way, because that's not how you present online as tough. So when he said, okay, he do got some man about himself, now let's continue the conversation. This is normal in the wild. Anton, you just left the wild. I'm a hood nigga. I know what it is.
No. That's a perception. Wasn't shit wild in there. If y'all want to know the truth, wasn't shit wild in there. Wasn't nothing popping off. That's why I told the crowd. I said, look, I got security. You got security. Ain't shit happening.
That's a fact.
Now if we, and that's why I was talking about online. I said, now if you want to shoot a fair one, we can shoot a fair one.
Yeah.
We can go and shoot. Bro, I know people don't know this, but that's what I do. I don't talk about it online. I shoot fair ones all the time, nigga. I got 3 brothers, nephews, friends. Nigga, if we have a problem, we shoot a fair one.
Yeah.
That's not me being tough. I'm not tough. I'm not none of that shit. If you insinuate that that's what you gonna do, you gotta go. You gotta go all the way there. You cannot stop. You can't stop. But I seen the bitch in that nigga. I seen the bitch in that nigga, and that's why I'm like, oh, this nigga soft.
Okay.
All of that chair moving shit, that's performative. Because let me tell you what niggas do when they really doing some shit. They go. They don't say, hey, move out. That's like saying, hold me back. I'm keeping it 100, bro. I'm keeping it 100. Because, man, I knew that nigga wasn't going to do nothing. That nigga was shaking like a stripper. He telling Darlene, hey, move over there. Let me get next to this nigga. Now, that's for the internet. That's straight up for the internet. I never moved. I sat right there, right next to that nigga, and I continued to cook that nigga the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time from the start, from that point on, I cooked that nigga. I told that nigga, you a hypocrite. I don't believe you. You keep niggas around you that continue to try to boost you up. That nigga was frustrated. He the weakest comedian because a nigga couldn't even control his temperature in his own, and I was in his backyard. I'm in LA right now in his spot with his people all around talking to that nigga. Let me tell you, he never coming back from this. That's why I'm telling y'all, whenever his show ends, you need to download that shit and never let him forget it, because I don't go based off. That's why I told Mika, right? Because I had Mika with me. And the reason why I brought Mika with me is because I wanted to promote her show and shit. Neither here nor there. I told Mika, I told my security, and I told somebody else. I said, I'm not doing nobody else's platform unless it's gonna be face to face. I told a Millionaire Morning Show that. Because everybody talk a good game until you right there in front of them. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. That's not even a tall nigga like that. He not even big like that. Nigga fat as fuck. Like, he not fit. Like, I'm not the fittest nigga, but I'm a regular person, right? I'm not overweight. I'm not crazy and none of that shit like that. Like, I'm a regular nigga. He not tall. He not fit. The nigga walked in wheezing. Man, bro, I was fully confident that nigga was going out. Fully confident. All of that tough shit, all of what having the cameras pan up to you like this and shit to make you bigger than what you really are. I ain't impressed with that shit, bro.
The more that I listen to this, the more that I think that reconciliation will be impossible. Nevertheless, let me address some of Anton's points right here. Listen, and I don't know Anton personally, so I don't know if he's shooting fair ones all of the time, like what he's saying. However, friends, family, shooting fair ones, which is something I've encountered. I don't do that all the time, but I got a couple of my best friends. Yeah, sometimes we get there. And it has turned into a brouhaha where we dap and we shake hands at the end of it, and then we move on to bigger and better things. But to Anton's credit, the idea of only doing right things on other people's platforms because they are live, I think is genius. I think it's a brilliant kind of boundary that you set for yourself, because, you know, the internet conversation is one thing, the real life conversation is going to be a completely different thing. But doing so and going into a battleground is what this is. And by battleground, I mean their points and perspectives. Like, they knew what they were going to talk about. They knew it was going to be a debate, and they know a little bit, at least enough about each other to know that it might get live. It might get spirited, okay? So you need to go into that situation, right, if you're smart about it, if you're strategic about it, with some sort of protection, right? Whether it be friends, family, or Anton apparently pays for a security guard. Now, these are all risks, right? Because Anton prioritizes the content, he prioritizes the bag, and for him, it's a math equation. Am I going to make more money than the cost for me to fly out there? And I don't know if Corey paid for him to go out there or what have you, right? Or the cost of security guard versus the potential value that I can derive. And as Anton understands how the internet works, knows that the bag is going to be a lot more achieved if he can rage bait or get a reaction out of somebody. Did he intend for that to happen? I don't think so. I just think at the point of you kiss white man's ass, it went to a level where Anton said, I'm going to burn the whole place down. And it is what it is, because I'm the leader of my ship. You're not going to disrespect me or the brand or the audience, because that's another thing, is that you bring your whole brand with you to the debate. And it's not about finding a common ground. It's about taking your audience on your back and proving that you have the better points, the positions, you know, or whatever else that you were branded off of. So when Anton gets threatened, if he gets little boyed, he's thinking of the potential of the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars that he might lose in future revenue. And shit, for respect and or for money, people have lost their lives. So I think that it's intelligent that he goes into these situations with security guards. But I do think that the comparison to fair ones with friends and family versus a battleground place of people that you do not know, there was way more risk. And the idea or the concept of a fair one goes completely out the window. Even if you say a fair one, y'all go outside, that still don't mean it's going to be a fair one. All right, because the survival of the fittest out here. The world owes you no favors, and someone, irrespective of the culture that y'all grew up in, the society, what you think that you've done to help people out or to be generous, in the heat of the moment, none of that matters. None of it. So Anton's confidence here, it's either a function or a subset of the protection that he had in the room, maybe a some type of internal or carnal knowledge that Corey would not take it to that level. But I do think Anton is a little bit short-sighted in that assessment. And maybe I don't have all the information. I mean, I wasn't in the room either to do like an assessment, but it's a risk within that short-sightedness, within a sense of that when someone gets that close to you, right, and they're up in your face within a threatening manner, okay? I know if it was me, I'm taking a defensive stance and I'm putting my arm out in order to give distance, because the distance buys me fractions of a second that allows me to get out of the way of a particular attack. Anton didn't do that. So that's what I mean when I refer to short-sightedness or perhaps belief, or maybe his belief that Corey was not going to do, take it to that level at all, superseded formulating any type of defensive posture as Corey pressed him. It's a big risk at the end of the day. And within that, I guess you got to get ready to take the W's or the L's as they come. Let's go.
Let me tell you something. Every last one of these niggas, if they ever want to do something in person, I'm pulling up. I told that nigga on the phone before I even pulled up. I said, bro, I know you going to come at me weird, but just know you're going to get the same energy. I told him straight up on the phone. So that's why I bullied that nigga on his own platform, a bitch ass comedian. I bullied that nigga. Let me tell you something, bro.
Okay.
He said, who I coward? I said, nigga, Dave Chappelle, you scared of Dave, nigga. I told that nigga straight up to his face on his own platform. I said, you scared, nigga. You tiptoed around that nigga when you reviewed his platform.
All right, so Anton, what was
so my point is this, man, I'm not worried about it, nigga. The people I got around me is different, bro. Let me tell you, I know the same people that he know. Y'all be thinking that, man, listen, bro, listen. Ain't nobody tough. I'm not pretending to be tough. I'm not none of that. But the one thing that I know is, and maybe it's just because I'm still in Detroit, niggas don't act like they gonna do something. Either they do it or they stay chill. I'm not going for none of that move out the way, all of this stuff. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. You're not tough. And let me tell you the only reason why I got up. I was telling my security and I was telling Mika this and shit too. Like while I left. Is because I'm not going to ever act like I'm going to do something and don't do it. So it's either do something or leave. Because what you do is now you putting the security in a situation. Now you getting Mika in a situation, right? Yeah. Now you putting them in something and they got to respond because, it's going if it go there, it get fucked up. Yeah. So it's either you go or you do something about it. I'm not a tough guy. So I left.
Can I ask you this?
Once it start going there and you know what I'm saying? It's just like, this nigga, I've already done my due diligence. I've already kicked his ass on his own platform. It's time to go.
Yeah. So can I ask you, what was the overall goal of going on the platform? Like, was you insinuating you was there without you? I'm not here with my nigga. I just talked to my chick on the phone. Literally. I literally just talked to her on the phone.
I have a question.
You see her at the top, nigga?
I have a question for you, Anton.
See Sharita right there?
I have a question for you, Mr. Daniels.
You're right. I got Mika here, and I'm here.
I have a question. I have a question for you. He tried to calm the temperature. Why didn't you let him?
What do you mean? Try to calm the temperature? When did he try to calm the temperature?
He tried to okay,
it's
we're cool now. You was like, fuck this shit. You just kept going.
Because I didn't believe that nigga. Now, once you say you own that,
this was I called it. This was my point because he threatened him. Anton said, "Let's go outside." He didn't. Then respect is lost at a certain junction. That's exactly was my point that I was saying in my original video.
And you don't show it, I found your weakness. Once you say you own that and you don't show it, I found your weakness.
So at the point that respect is lost, then he's going to run amok on the platform, right? Because if you look back at the conversation after the initial infraction, dust up, if you will, Corey was trying his honest. He was trying his honest to try to understand Anton, to try to break it down. He was saying things like, you know, I believe that you don't understand where I'm coming from, or like the things that I know, right? Like, so let me try to infuse you with some knowledge, right? Like, and at the same time that Corey is honestly trying, it seemed like Anton was planning his attack. You understand me? And what's interesting is that within that dialogue, you know, some things came out, such as the Dave Chappelle comment, which Corey, again, in the honor of trying to make everything whole again, wasn't in his ego and say, you got me, dog. Yeah, you right. You right as hell. I did tiptoe around that situation. But at that point, Anton had no want to form a reconciliation with Corey at that particular junction. And now we see why.
Okay. Why do you think it went left to begin with? Just
because he's used to niggas think because you're Republican and you conservative or whatever, that shit is just, I don't think he know, right? Because don't nobody know nobody until they actually in front of him, right? And he used to, and I told him that shit. I said, you used to being around people that don't say nothing to you when you say something to them because, you know, it is what it is. And so, you know, that was his weakness. He's not listen, he's not intellectual enough to be able to talk. He can't hold. I realized that in the very beginning, is that like on some debate or conversation type shit.
He's a
yeah,
like
he's not intellectual enough on that tip.
I actually disagree with this. I think that he is intellectual enough to have. I think he's smart as all hell. I think that part of the issue is that it's difficult when you have culturally conservative beliefs, right? Like both of them are going back and forth in terms of, you know, their thoughts in regards to like homosexuality, right? Even Corey demonstrating how important it is to him for Anton not to use words towards him that are sexually alleging things in nature, right? Like this is something that's very important. They can agree on things like that. And then, you know, they're two men that grew up within the black community, one from Chicago, one from Detroit. Black people in general, right? American black people are conservative thinkers in general, except for politically. So if Corey is having a debate, a political debate about all of these topics, and it's more liberal ideology, and a lot of that ideology speaks ill of a black man that has conservative ideology, it's going to clash, especially when it's difficult to sync up the cultural conservatism versus the political conservatism, because there is some logically incomplete closes to those sentences. But I do think that if Corey, for lack of a better term, had the capacity to look at more content online, because he ain't got time for that shit. He's a busy, very successful man. Then he would start to make some of those ties make sense. But just like I said in the first video, the clip culture in conjunction with the algorithm, it's very easy to have disproportionately negative views about anybody on the internet, depending upon your pre-biases served up by your algorithm that you voted, right? Like your algorithm is you voting what you like to watch. It happens to every content creator in every niche. It's not just politics. It could be in the bodybuilding niche. It's definitely in the relationship niche. Shit, you got a whole army of people that hate a Kevin Samuels just off of the clips. He's been dead for 3 years and they still celebrate his death on the day, which is absolutely insane to me how much people can draw a conclusion to you, not looking at the full context of your thoughts, but of the snippets. Let's go.
So when you start to lose that part of the conversation, and another reason why I like doing it in person is because you can't mute me.
mm-hmm.
You would let that nigga talk. I was like, God damn, that's
You can't mute me, and we gotta look at each other's eyes, and we gotta see each other, right?
Yeah, that's the key.
Now
right
you can't
there.
mute me. You can't control the narrative. You can't control the platform. We right there.
Yeah.
So that's why I only want to do it in person.
I just want to say no one on this platform should say anything, because if that was me and Slim, y'all would have called it sassy and emotional. When niggas fight, that's what y'all
Too
say.
soon.
But no, that was nope.
Too soon. Too soon.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They would have called us sassy,
So-
Slimmy.
Well, this is what I'll say.
I don't think it was
Where,
sassy.
what do you think Corey was? What do you think Corey was expecting from your dialogue?
I think he was expecting to son me, and he was expecting to little boy me. I believe that was kind of sort of the intention from the beginning.
So you don't think he was there to really have a conversation?
He was, but
No, he was there to get into it because he turned up.
Everybody knew.
Corey, let me tell you, hold on. Let me tell you what's real. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, I never lie to you. Corey is different on the phone and talking than he is when the camera cut on. All of that shit is performative. All of it is performative, and that's cool. I ain't tripping about that because I understand content. I understand the game, but I know how to play that game.
That
too,
wasn't
'cause I've
my
been doing this shit
experience
for
with him.
years. So now okay. So I seen what the temperature is when he turned up when we first started talking. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna troll you the whole show.
This is what I was saying. Anton knew what he was doing the entire. Didn't I say all this? Damn, I'm good, baby. Y'all better keep on coming over here for the analysis because I get it way more right than wrong, baby.
The whole show, nigga. And
I
I'm gonna
knew
tell you
that.
that you was a bitch when it came to Dave Chappelle, that you a coward, that you this, that you that, that you can't substantiate your argument. I'm gonna tell you that you dumb without telling you dumb.
Yeah.
And now we gonna go there.
I don't know if
That's
there can
the
be
worst.
peace
That's
talks.
the worst. When you talk smart to a nigga who don't understand, that's the worst.
I'm gonna troll the fuck out of you.
That's the
I'm
worst.
gonna embarrass you, nigga. And this shit gonna go so viral and it's so beautiful because and I'm gonna benefit off of it.
Facts.
Bag chasers are proud of you,
I
Anton.
say 15,000 in that motherfucking chat. That's crazy.
Is that normal?
Chicago take the L. You better
And
tell
so-
Anton
and
thank
so-
you for the
So I'm
visibility.
with it. So again, I'm with it. I'm not Corey Holcomb is every bit of 5'10", 300, nigga. That nigga got a beer belly.
yeah, I seen.
Those sweatpants were looking a little sloppy. He got it.
Listen, man, when
They
you
were
shake these
standing up
niggas'
next to
hands,
each other. He ain't
when you
6'2".
shake these niggas' hands,
So all right, Anton, let me ask you this: what was the overall goal of going? Like, was it to get some understanding? Just
it's
had a
real
debate,
content. I ain't trying to
COE.
understand on niggas. What they gonna teach me? It's to create good content. I came on there to be a great content creator.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't know it was gonna go where it went, but I'm already knowing like
Short story. All right. This is damn near 20 years ago. All right. I have recently graduated from Penn State University, and, you know, I was at my first place of business. I was at JP Morgan Chase as an analyst. The details regarding the location is not important, but about a year or so in, I formed a friendship with a young man that went to the gym, and he was about 5'10", 280. Strong as shit. You couldn't even. I would watch him bench, and I'd be like, "What the?" Right? We had to take off a plate or two anytime it was my turn to go. Right? At the time, I'm probably like 6'2", a $185, $180 or something like that. Right? Like, but we used to train together. We used to go out together, and we also would go down into the town and just hang out. All right. He was a little bit older than me as well. I think if I was like 22, 23, he's probably like 31, 32, already had a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, nevertheless, there was one night where there was a brouhaha. Yeah, I'm in corporate America, and we got into a fight. All right. I ain't gonna go into the details. If I have more time, I'll go into the details. And, when the situation happened with this other random group of dudes, and there was actually more of them than us, needless to say, we ended up successful within the situation. Not a mark on either of our faces. And the other people, one of them, blood from here to here. And when I tell you that this 5'10", 280-pound dude, right, handled business. He handled business. I did my thing too, you heard? But him, business was handled. You understand? So I say all that to say is that what I've learned between, growing up in New York and within my life and within conflict, and especially now because, I like to box in my free time as a training to keep heart healthy, is never underestimate your opponent. shit, there are times when I'm in the ring and dudes with way more skill set than me. You know, right now I'm probably sitting at about 6'2", almost 6'3", about a 205, almost 210. Sometimes I go to sleep, I'm like 208 or something like that, right? And I'm in great conditioning, great cardio health. Nevertheless, dudes with way more skill sets than me. I mean, I'm talking 150, 145 pounds, and I can't do anything. I can't do anything. He's piecing me up, and there's nothing that I can do about it. And they hurt, too. They don't feel good. You're right. It's not as hard as if the person across from me was my same weight class. And in fact, if it was, I'd probably be able to see the shits a little bit easier. You know what I mean? But I say that to say, never underestimate, I do think that, having a healthy respect for the art of combat is rule number one for men, okay? How often do you guys see these world star hip hop videos and people talk a great game and then you watch them and you're just like, damn, you are a pit bull with your mouth, but you are a chihuahua on your feet. You understand me? Anyway, let's keep going.
These like literally, I'm used to the environment, and I'm gonna tell you how he was hoping or how he thought it was gonna take place. Because Q kind of hit it on the head. When I told you he checked the temperature, and then Q said, well, he was trying to be cool, but Anton didn't let up. When you check the temperature just to see if this nigga gonna bitch
testing
up
boundaries
down.
of disrespect.
And then from there, I respect you as a man, and now we can have a sensible conversation.
Bro,
but because you never got back on that level,
Anton
was gonna go off the rails.
Internet shit. Niggas let the internet get to their head, bro. I'm just saying, like, not even just saying Corey, but just in general. Just let the internet get to their head, bro. We scrap in real life. In real life, anybody can get hands. Anybody can get hands. Win, lose, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna win every scrap, but anybody can get it, win, lose, or draw, bro. I'm not impressed with the tough shit. So why move the chair? Because I wasn't even on that. I wasn't even on no confrontation type shit. Why move the chair like you about to run up on me?
Yeah, that part was
man, I ain't trying to catch another lawsuit. Nigga, ain't nobody I got more money than you. I have more money than you. I'm not trying to sue you. I don't need your little peon pebbles. Nigga. I have more money than you. I'm not trying to sue you. If we want to shoot one, then let's shoot a fair one.
Yeah. Gonna happen.
But just in real life, you can't. You can't say that to him. You can't tell him he's like dick in real life to his face.
Okay, cool. I'm with that. I didn't say I was right. I'm not defending that.
Right.
I say what you were doing with
honest.
you was going as disrespectful as he was going.
Ain't nobody run off. Nigga. I was right there. I was there for over 2 hours. Niggas was moving chairs, moving people. If anybody was gonna fire off on me, then they should have fired off on me. If that's what you was gonna do, then that's what you should have did. It wouldn't have went. It wouldn't have went. You better knock me the fuck out. You better lay me out right there on camera because you going. You're gonna be in a fight of your life right then and right there. If you gonna do some shit, you don't threaten, nigga. You do it. Somebody said I can't say what I say in real life. I said it in real life, nigga. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
That's a fact.
It's against the rule.
I said it in real life to a nigga face. Look him in his eyes. What you talking about? Nigga gonna tell me what I can't say. I said it.
That was rude.
He was rude first. I just went to hell with it.
Yeah, well, you know the saying. You can't tell somebody how far to disrespect them once you initiate the
nigga, don't disrespect me, and I won't disrespect you.
Tell somebody how far it's gonna go.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, man, Anton, we happy to have you back, bro.
Okay.
Oh, it was listen. Oh man, this is a win.
That shit going through the roof.
This is a win, nigga.
The amount of reactions that's gonna be posted in the morning is gonna be insane.
Thank piece after thank piece, bro.
I couldn't have did no better than I did. It couldn't have went any better than it went for me.
Yeah, he made himself look bad on his platform.
No, I don't think nobody made themselves look bad. I think
it
was two niggas going at it, and two niggas going at it, and
that's embarrassing.
There was two niggas going at it, and that's what the way it went.
And Anton won.
Nah, Molly, you don't understand. See, this is why I don't kind of like, and I ain't trying to get on no feminine shit. I don't like women commenting.
I was just about to say that. Shout out to 2K. I was just about to say that. It is odd listening to women to comment on confrontations between men because honestly, some of them, idealize what violence is. I mean, how many of the IG reels or TikToks we gonna see of women getting their viscous innards just a little bit more moist by watching the man that they were in a relationship with or getting down by, being in violent situations, right? And I think that for Corey's audience, he won. And I think that for Anton's audience, he won. But I also think that through the analysis of the situation, a lot of people who were kind of in between, will more so side with, well, who was disrespected first, and more so will side with what layer of escalation did it get to and who backed down first. And to answer to that question, for those audience members in the middle, more so would respect Anton a bit more. And I think that what that demonstrates to us is that the the component of Black culture that prioritizes, man, I'll die for mine, or this layer of faux masculinity, right? Right, survival of the fittest masculinity, back up against the wall masculinity, as opposed to this new stage that we are in, where we don't have to live like the mindset of survival of the fittest. We don't have to live like the mindset of the penal code and the penitentiary and dudes that are locked up. We don't have to live that way. Both of y'all are multi-millionaires. You can talk it out. Although Anton now is saying that, his intentions was to rage bait, the opener for that was you kiss hot ass cheeks.
And man on man shit. Because y'all looking for a winner, and we telling y'all it's really not one. This was Anton letting the motherfucker know I ain't no bitch, and this was the Corey trying to goddamn me show out in front of his people and let him know I ain't scared to check him.
Yeah,
And he got embarrassed on his platform.
It wasn't that, dog. Like,
and here's another
It's a
thing.
sliding
Here's another
scale.
thing.
It's a spectrum.
I feel like y'all did.
He wanted to do all of the insults. He knew what the f was up, but Corey is fake, bro. All of this shit is for the camera, man. All of this, I'm real, and all of this shit. That shit is all camera work, bro. It's all performative, man. I don't believe these niggas in real life. I don't believe no rappers. I don't believe no comedians. I don't believe no content creators. I don't believe none of these niggas. And when somebody want to kick it with me, hit me up, and I'm gonna pull up in real life. I'm gonna pay for my own flight. I'm gonna pay for my own hotel. I'm gonna come with my own people, and I'm gonna look you in your eye, and then you can say whatever you want to say to me in real life. And it may go the way you want it to go, or it may not go the way you want it to go. I might catch an L, or you might catch an L. But I'm coming in real life. I'm not doing no online interview streams no more. The only thing I'm doing is real life in real time.
There you have it.
Yeah,
all right. I'm gonna pause the content right here. I'll leave a link to this down in the description box down below if you guys want to see more of his thoughts and the conversation between those that are out on the platform. But yeah, my assessment is, and I understand he's a little bit hot right now since this is minutes after the original conversation or the dust up, right? But looking at this, it don't look like they're gonna be peace talks anytime soon, but I really wish that there can be. I really wish that they can sit down and they can talk about, even a lot of the talking points that I'm saying, like in understanding like the psychology of, two men with, audacious goals within life, right, and are respected within their own right, and what was the inception of the angst, right, or the insinuation of, homosexuality on both sides of the coin, right, and, what could have been done better in order to promote good conversation, healthy conversation, one of which we can get to the heart of the debate, right? We can get to the spirit of the talking points, right? And we can put those out up on a platter and then, discuss. But I do think that there are many men that have unfortunately lost their lives because of just words, right? Lost their lives through now in a cemetery, and then or lost their life because now they're spending it in a cage. And it's just like, damn, like I want so much more. Call me a lame all you want. Call me corny all you want. I'ma die about mine. Go ahead. Go and die about yours. But there's certain things that I think are worthy of that when you get into this new mode, right? You meet people that have harmed someone within your family. It's action time, in consideration of the context of the situation. Someone that has hurt a child, right, has done something diddly to a child, right? These are more things that I think are worthy of movement. But even still within all of that, you have to consider long-term, because I guarantee you what feels like you are respecting the culture around you within the short term, you know, whether or not it's the consideration within a jail cell, right? It's the consideration with a brand new scar across your face that's going to be with you for the remainder of your life, or in the inability to consider because you are 6 feet deep, you may realize that it is not worth it. Nevertheless, let's continue to promote these conversations forward into the future, and, you know, keep on clicking up on the video so we can continue to go in. All right. I appreciate the opportunity to be your gracious host of today, to continue to deep dive up into this so we can continue to promote discussion into the future. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. Until next time. Peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.